you're red and green this morning.
I thought you were going to say what a bunch of red.
What a bunch of what?
Yeah. I qualify.
Well, buddy, I feel right at
What a blessing, y'all. What a blessing. What a blessing. This morning, there's a couple of folks here that heard this sermon earlier. So for the benefit of everybody else, there are those ones that we have community meditation at the other service, and so many times that what is said up front by the people who are leading the music, what's said by the person doing the community meditation this morning had to be Pam, and how that dovetails with this sermon, and all. It's amazing how God does that sometimes, even though nobody coordinates with everybody else. It's just the way God puts it together, and you're sitting there nodding. You know what I'm saying? It's just an amazing thing the way that kind of stuff works and all. And just have to give thank you to God for that. Steve and Holly up here, I don't know how many of you know them. They drive all the way up from Salem. They've been coming out for, 2 years has it been otherwise?
A year and a half.
A couple of years up there. And have just done a lot there, helping out and serving the ministry and stuff like that. And they do, they take limited means like what we have, different places there too, and they record the sermons, then they put them on YouTube. So it's amazing they do a ministry like that, and it allows the sermons and the messages to go beyond the borders here, what we may repeat, but people can listen and watch it out there, and the music and all too. I don't know if y'all noticed somebody just a little while ago holding up a camera and taking a picture of y'all backwards. They'll probably show up on Facebook this afternoon too. So, those of you that were at the other service are dismissed from this question. The rest of us, it's that time of year. What time is it? Oh, come on, you bunch of beauty. Come on, what time of year is it? Christmas, for crying out loud. Of course. This week's sermon does not have an outline because I don't want to necessarily tell you where I'm going with it. It has a different title. The title of the sermon this week is, Are You Ready, Mary, Did You? Are you ready, Mary? Did you? Makes sense to me because I know where it's going. Let's first of all, just real quick, what does Christmas mean? The word Christmas, what does that mean? Anybody want to take a shot at it? Pardon me? Christ Mass. Exactly. What does, we know Christ, we got Christ down. What does Mass mean? Just simple translation. Huh? I can't hear. Celebration. I mean, is that kind of, what am I can't. Mass is a celebration. That's what it's meant to be. A celebration, in other words, in honor of Christ, okay? Christ Mass, Christ celebration of Him. And we say that all the time. What is the number one question everybody asks each other right now prior to Thursday? What are they asking each other? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for Christmas? If I were to ask you to put Christmas in your words, what Christmas means, just in the simplest, shortest answer, the word Christmas, what does it mean to anybody? And there's no wrong answer. Huh? Family. What else? Goodwill. What else? Birth of Christ. Savior of the world. Giving. Huh? My salvation. Yeah, Danny prayed that just a minute ago. Y'all, when he was praying up here, I love to hear y'all pray. That sounds silly. It doesn't sound silly. I'm just saying, I love to listen to the wording of the prayers. And Danny used just a minute ago the communion cup as a cup of salvation. Did y'all hear that? And I told Pam, it's that cup of salvation. Think about this for a second, then we'll get back to the sermon. If he didn't die, I wouldn't have had the cup of salvation. And if I don't have the cup of salvation, I die. For me to have that, he had to die. So there's a lot of depth in that. They'll preach. Are you ready, Mary? Did you? And everybody knows the first part of the sermon already then. Are you ready for Christmas? Everybody asks, are you ready for Christmas? We say it to 8 million people over and over and over again, and we have 8 million people say to us, are you ready for Christmas? When they ask you, are you ready for Christmas, what do they mean?
Have you got all your shopping done?
All your shopping done?
Food ready?
Huh?
Food
Food
ready?
ready? I love this 20 minutes, give me 20 minutes. It means, is the house decorated? Have you got your presents ready? Is everything good to go? Is the food there? Is family coming in? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for that onslaught of commercialism, of debt galore, of all the type of stuff that leads us to a point where in the weeks following we go, I'm glad that's over. How dare we? Are you ready for Christmas, we say, with all those anticipated answers in mind, and we are aware of, yes, I haven't started yet. Oh, I'm finished. Those are people going to hit now. But I'm afraid, even in the midst of the goodwill that we mean from the bottom of our hearts, we say, are you ready for Christmas? In a sense, we mean the exact same thing the world does. And I'm wondering, y'all, if we have somehow or another cheapened the word Christmas. Indeed, the phrase, Merry Christmas. Are you ready for Christmas? We say, are you ready for family? Are you ready for family? Are you ready for love? Are you ready for Christ? Are you ready for the Son of God? Are you ready for forgiveness? Are you ready for hope? Are you ready for Christmas? You see how easily Satan can take us, y'all, and take something that God and everyone else meant to be a particular way of using it like that, but how we cheapen the whole idea when we say, are you ready for Christmas? And in our minds, we've got that same idea, dressed up, sacked up, and prettied up, smelled up, decorated up, bought up, paid up. What do we mean when we ask people, are you ready for Christmas? Are we really asking them, are you ready for all those words that we use to describe Christmas? Because if Christmas is indeed a celebration of Jesus Christ, and we say, are you ready for a celebration of Jesus Christ? But in our minds, we're going, are you ready? You see what I'm saying? And people ask us, are you ready, man? Are you ready? What's my answer? Well, yeah, we've got, and we decorated, and we dressed in red and green. Are we somehow or another missing the joy of Christ coming into the world when we say, are you ready for Christmas? Now I told him this morning, I understand all of our goodwill in this time when we ask that. And Christmas is a really neat time. And I know no one that gets more excited about Christmas than my bride. And her mom and those that know her will tell you. Some of you maybe do the same thing, and it's okay. It's a transforming thing to watch my house go from drab, man cave, brown, basic booger head colors to an explosion of everything, from rugs to dishes to glasses to towels to hand towels to wash towel. The toilet paper is still white, I think. When I left the house, I think the toilet paper is still white.
I changed
but I'm not
it.
sure about that. You changed it.
You talking about their water together. Me and Chris. I used to keep going back on this. Back 20 years ago. 94, October the 3rd. And I got hit them 3 kids drunk. They put me out the lifeguard. I was looking down on top of myself through the class. In front of me, I seen a white light. Then I woke up. Like Pam said, I don't want my breakfast out on this. And she said I didn't have a dollar. I eventually did. But ever since then, that year, Mom and them asked what I wanted for Christmas. And I honestly believe that Christmas is being alive, and I actually vision that. So every day, I live that lifestyle. And every day is my Christmas when I wake up to bed.
The best gift ever.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the Christ to come into your world? That's kind of what we're saying. If I ask somebody, are you ready for Christmas? I need to refocus, Joe, my thoughts there in what I'm asking them. And if there's any ambiguity, if there's any confusion to what I mean, if they say, oh yes, I bought, but no, that's not what I mean. Are you ready for Christ to come into your world? We talked different times. You've heard the sermons preached before about, was Joseph ready for Christmas? I mean, was he really ready to marry a virgin who was pregnant? Say, what? You know? Was he ready for that which didn't make sense? Was Joseph ready for that? I'll ask you the same question on somebody else. You answer one for me on Joseph, I'll answer this one. Was Abraham ready for what God planned to do for him? Remember when Abraham was called outside by God and he told him to look up at the sky and there's all the millions of stars there, and he says, you see all those stars? Abraham goes, yeah, I can see those. He said, one day you're going to have that many babies. What? That doesn't make sense. And the angel came and told Sarah, you're going to have a baby. Really? Says who? See, are we ready for Christ to come into our world even when it doesn't make sense? Are we ready for him to step into our world if he calls us to do something that doesn't make sense to us at all? But that's where he's calling us. Are you ready for Christmas? Mary was very ready for Christmas. What did the angel say? Greetings, you who are what? Highly favored. Are you ready for Christ to come into your world? Mary was living her life in such a way that she was highly favored. And God chose her because of her life, because of the way she was living. She was chosen to be the earthly mother of the Son of the Almighty God. To do the impossible. A pregnant virgin. Are you ready for God to come into your world? When we say, are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for him to step into your world? When he calls you to do something that doesn't make sense, or something that seems impossible. Are you ready for God to transform this church, y'all? And I don't mean change the hearts of the people here. The hearts of the people are fertile, right, good, great, awesome, incredible. Are we ready for Christ to step into the world of our church and fill every pew here? Not just on Christmas Sundays, but throughout the year. Do we believe the impossible? That God can take a small church and bring you to where you can have 2 services? Because wouldn't be enough room in here for everybody in one? Do you believe that? Are you ready for Christ to come into your world and make a difference? Y'all, it starts with every one of us. We sing joy to the world, but we have to understand Christ has come here. And we say, are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for God to step right into your world? Here's one for you. If your heart is the manger, what kind of condition will he find it in when he goes there? What type of manger are you willing to provide for God to step into your world? But I don't have it. I'm not. Well, neither did the original one. The original manger was quiet. Cave, a barn, a stable, something of that order. Animals lived there. Pure. Simple. No lights. No gay music, no tinsel. The smell of animals, maybe the smell of manure. Quiet, simple, humble beginnings. That's the kind of heart he wants you to have. It doesn't have to be dressed up in red and green. It doesn't have to be decked out in tinsel. It doesn't have to have all that stuff to it. He just wants a simple, I'm willing. I'm ready for Christmas. Come on. You want to take a step further? In all of our talk and gaiety and celebration of Christmas, if Christ were to look at your heart right now, and we're going to come again, tell me, would he choose your heart? Or would he say, I'd rather have a stable? This stable is simple. That's the way a stable is. This is your heart. It's not supposed to smell that way. It's not supposed to look that way. It's not supposed to have that stuff in it. Will you choose a simple manger? Or will you choose your heart? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for Christ to come into your world? Are you willing for Him to come into your heart and make the difference there? Sounds different than, are you ready for Christmas? Doesn't it? Doesn't that add a little bit more depth to it now? Are you ready? Mary, did you? Are you ready for Christmas? And then we have Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And we give gifts, don't we? We give gifts and we say, Merry Christmas. And we give Merry Christmas. And what do we mean when we say that, y'all? Gary, I didn't know you were going to be this real this morning, dude. Come on, let's get lighthearted here. I'm giving you a gift, Daddy, and I'm saying, Merry Christmas. And y'all, what's on my mind and the heart of everybody else in here when you give somebody a gift and say Merry Christmas? What is your immediate thoughts? What are you thinking? Let's be real. Let's be honest. We're in church. You lie, God knows it too. Huh? That may be your response. But as I'm giving you the gift, I'm saying, Merry Christmas, Merry God into the world, Merry Christ child, welcome into Merry Happy Anniversary Jesus, all that kind of stuff. But no, man, when I'm giving you the gift, I'm anticipating your response to my gift. How many of you are different? I'm anticipating you open it up and go, oh, it's just what I always wanted. And inside I'm going, Pam told me long ago they have a rule at their house: if you get a gift you don't like it, it's okay. You can take it back. It's okay. Just be real and honest. If you like it, you're going to wear it. Okay. If not, we'll take it back. So the yellow polo shirt went back. I'm not much of a polo, do you? I give you a gift and I say, Merry Christmas, and I'm anticipating you opening up what I got you, and I want to see the joy on your face. Is that a healthy and a good thing? Yes. It's a goodwill thing, and yes, to reciprocate with, oh, thank you, I do like it, that's all I'm good. But why did I say Merry Christmas then? Because what I'm doing has nothing to do with Christ coming into the world. You see what I'm saying now? I'm giving you a gift out of love, pure motivation. I'm giving you a gift where I want to do it. That's all kind and good. That's all well and good. Wouldn't it be better, Don, if I said, in the name of Jesus, celebrate Jesus. Happy celebration of Jesus Day. I'm giving this to you because it's the only thing I can do to replicate what Jesus did for me. Merry Christmas. What do we mean? What do we say when we toss that term around? And sometimes the gifts we give, sad to say, have nothing to do with God, church, or anything else. In fact, sometimes they may be quite the opposite. But we still say, Merry Christmas. Are you ready, Mary? Did you? Are you ready for Christmas? Merry Christmas. And then the weeks after, what are they going to say, Wayne? Did you have a good Christmas? And if I ask you, did you have a good Christmas? What am I asking you? Really, what am I asking you? What am I asking you, relative? I'm asking you, did you get what you wanted? Yeah. Did you get all the presents you wanted? Did you have a good Christmas? Did the family come in? Yeah. Did you have lots of good food? Did you have a good Christmas? Was it a joyful occasion to sing and dance and eat fat and stuff? I knew you after that. Did you enjoy Christ coming to your world? Did you have a Merry Christmas? Several years back, I decided I was going to start answering people different. Well, excuse me, I was going to start answering people different at Chick-fil-A. When they came up and they said, did you have a good Christmas? My answer now for the past couple of years has been, how could I not? How could I not have a good Christmas? Because the event took place 2,000 years ago. It was in the bag before this week got here. What do you mean did I have a good Christmas? How could I not have a good Christmas? It's a done deal. Nothing you go through this week will take away the fact that Christ came into the world. God became man for us. Nothing changes that. I told him I woke up yesterday morning, I glanced on Facebook and there's a post there from a girl that used to be a teenager in my youth group who's now grown and married and has kids in college. Thank you. I appreciate it. There. The picture was of their house burning. Really nice log home. And just had a newly remodeled kitchen. See, folks, at the end of the day, I could have a heart attack. My house could burn. My dog could die. I could be having trouble with my wife. But nothing that we will go through, y'all, can forever in any way impact Christmas. Do you hear me? Nothing can ever do that. It can't be done. How can you not have what's already taken place? Christ came into the world. Nothing changes that. And because He did, Mike, I have hope. I have a future. Because my house is burning, I've still got a God that loves me and knows about it. And I may be having trouble, but I've still got a God that helps and heals. And I may have all kinds of things I go through. Life throws us all kinds of curves, and you never know when it's going to come, in what way it's going to come. But nothing that we will ever go through, not even cancer taking us to death and over into death, will ever change. It cannot change the fact that Christ is coming to the world. And because He has come into the world, because He has lived, because He has died, because He has resurrected, we, above all people, should have hope in God and Christmas regardless of everything else. Did you have a good Christmas? And all God's children said, Amen. Amen. Of course we did. Of course we did. Of course we did. Our hearts go out. Annie and Wendy and Don, all those who can't be with us regularly. Past memories that we have of things that can't be changed. Stuff we've all been through one way or another where we're just confronted with reality. Things that don't seem fair at the time. A lot of times maybe they're not. And death happens and accidents happen. Fires happen. We can't control that stuff, y'all. But if you're ready for Christmas, if you're ready for Christ to come and dwell in your heart, if when you say Merry Christmas, it's not just a thing that we're doing at this time of year in love, but it's something we're doing the year round. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And the answer should echo throughout the year, January to December. Did you have a good one? Oh, every day of my life I did. Christmas. The other night we came up and we filled the manger. Filled it to overflowing. In a token, an expression of love. And as indeed a way of saying properly Merry Christmas to folks that are doing without. Somebody came to Chick-fil-A the other day, a boy and his girlfriend, and they had on shirts, matching shirts, and the shirts in the front had a picture of Jesus, and at the bottom it said birthday boy. So it's his birthday. And that's what we're really talking about. What do you give to the guy that's got everything? I mean, really, doesn't he? He's got it. You don't have to think, I'll give him Tic Tacs or something. Cone? Yeah, long hair. What do you give the guy? What do you give to the creator of the universe? There's only two things He's asked for, ever. For you to love His daddy. And how do I love His daddy? He says, You want to love my daddy? You love this guy, and this guy, and this girl, and this girl, and this one. And see, all these are easy to love. They're very green. What about the ones out there that are going down the road now? What about the ones that right about this time are leaving the convenience store with a 6, 12, 24 pack? Going to proclaim Christmas in a totally different way. What about the one out there that lives down the street corner in downtown Roma? Jesus said, the best thing ever, if you want to sum everything up, Pam says you can't remember the 10, do the 2. Love God, and love God by loving people. Reaching out and being Christmas throughout the year. The way we give, the way we love, the way we share. And the greatest gift to give to anybody, y'all, the one that exceeds the price limit. Oh, you shouldn't have, Joe. You can go ahead just when you know it's okay with that. You shouldn't have. Oh, but you shouldn't have. Wow. If God didn't have, we wouldn't have. And the greatest gift of all wasn't paid for in cold currency. It was paid for in blood. It was paid for in death. It was paid for in unconditional love for every one of us. Just like we are. Right where we're at, right now in life, with all the mess that we hold in our lives. He looks at us and says, I love you anyhow, right where you're at. And the only thing I want back from you doesn't need to be wrapped up. It already is. It's wrapped up in the likeness of me. Because that's where you're created, not Daddy's image. And all I want is you. All I want is your heart. Not for the greedy purpose. You can't give me anything I can't create for myself. I just want you to love others that way. Love other people the way I love you. And are you ready for Christmas? Merry Christmas. Did you have a good one? Man, let it be something that makes a difference in the world. Let it make something that makes a difference in the world for eternity. The gift that keeps on giving. Both here and into eternity. Amen? Amen. Stop moving in. We gotta pray. Father God, we come to your house this morning in the fellowship and gathering of your family and your body here. And Father, again, I don't want to say it every single Sunday because it seems to lose meaning, but it is so very, 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 very true. Just to hear the love and greeting and the camaraderie, everything that goes on in the spirit of fellowship here. And nobody else knows this, I didn't say it in Japan, but boy, how much fun it is to have Holly and Steve come over today. And that used to be, and I'm not sure if they've been over here yet for regular service. But to be able to come into this tiny fellowship here, it makes me proud to have them hear the love and the expressions and the greetings and all that are coming on from everybody here. I pray this sense of spirit here as well. Father, help us not to overlook that, and all the tinsel, and all the glitter, and all the gifts, and all the music, and all the games. Help us not to forget the one gift that we give back and forth here every Sunday. Help us to determine, Lord, not to put that gift under the tree this year, but to multiply, divide, and give to everybody we see. Because everyone we see is created in your image. Don't ever be a person anywhere that we see. From the front row to death row. Don't ever be anyone we see that not creating your image, that doesn't want and desperately need and desire your love. Help us to be the gift givers